Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've been on YouTube, and the reason why is because one, life gets crazy, but two, I've been on this E85 voyage that's been a huge pain in my ass that I've actually been trying to get resolved. And today I think we made a milestone. So I kind of just want to walk you through kind of where we're at and kind of the challenges that it took us to get here. So I'll explain in a moment. So let's go back to March. March is the month that I wanted to go E85. Wanted to get all the revisions, everything up to date, good to go, full on E85 race car. I mean, you know what I mean. But we go back to March and I am told by the tuner, I selected Ortiz Tuning because he tuned my Mustang GT and has a great repertoire, I needed 47-pound injectors, which Lund apparently disagrees with, but since Ortiz was my tuner, I wanted to get that resolved. Another thing was I needed an HP tuner, which I had already had in my possession because I was trying to go E85 from my last GT350. E85 in California just makes so much sense. Another thing I needed was HP tuner credits, which for my vehicle only requires 2. Other vehicles like the GT, 3rd gen requires 4. It just depends on your vehicle. And then the fourth thing is, of course, your specified tuner or whoever's doing the tune. So now that I had everything in my possession in order to go E85, the next thing was to pull the trigger on the tune. When you pull the trigger on a tune, you need to fill out a document that basically goes over, the year, make, model, what your mods are, and then what you're selecting, your fuel. And California, the highest we have for gasoline is 91. Other states, I'm assuming, are 93. And then your secondary fuel, like your primary can be 91, your secondary can be 93. But for me, I wanted to do primary 91, and then secondary is E85. So I submitted that, and the issue that I had was I was told originally that their turnaround time is 24, 48 hours, sometimes 72 hours. So I submitted that request on Monday. I didn't get anything till realistically like Thursday, which all I got was a response from the tuners saying, okay, we're gonna do this, and that, just give us some time. So I submitted I responded like, hey, I'm just waiting from 91. I have my 47-pound injectors. I just need to install them. So send me the tune before I install the 47-pound injectors. And Monday comes, so it's been a week. And keep in mind, like, I'm already a little frustrated because I was told one thing and the service shows something else. I was told that because of Texas 2K, that they were swamped. I get it, but just big thing is that they needed to communicate with me, which they did not. So with that being said, I received on Monday, hey, here's your tune for 91, or base tune, I guess. It requires you to install your injectors, which I did. I followed the directions. This was the first time I was truly using HP because I am used to SCT. So I submitted I installed the 47-pound injectors. I applied the tune. I noticed that it drove a little funky, but one of the things they requested is a log. Hands down, I understand. So I did that as soon as I installed the 47-pound injectors, and I waited. Now, I didn't get a response till about 3 or 4 days after that. So I think it was like Thursday or Friday, I finally received something. And they told me that the tune was that it was applied was requesting, or it was using way too much fuel, so it was really rich. So it kind of worried me because it's like, if I'm waiting for these people to respond, is my car even usable throughout that period? Because it's like all you need is a little issue, and then there goes your vehicle, whatever it may be. Like if your car is really lean and you don't know because you're at the mercy of the tuner. Okay, so I was told to reapply the tune, see if it makes any changes, which I did, and apparently it cleared it up. So here goes the rabbit hole for another, 2 weeks. I'm not told anything. It's just I was told that that there's some issues on the log, and that's it. And it's like, how am I supposed to find these issues on the log if you're not being transparent with me? And if anything, they're stalling my E85, which is my end goal, like my E85 tune. They finally, after I blow them up, well, hold on, let's take a step back. So I hadn't received any real responses. I'm trying to figure out if my car is drivable, if my car is safe to drive. On this 91 tune, I'm like, hey, I already paid you guys. Let's figure out what's going on so I can go E85. It's been, you know, already like 2 weeks. Your communication's garbage. Like I want to say like 2 to 3 weeks. And they tell me, whoever's in charge of their messaging or email, I can't remember how I got it, but basically told me, hey, you should purchase this rapid tune if you want to get like any responses quicker. And I'm like, okay, if I can get on E85, fine, sure, let me purchase it. So that's another $150 on top of like the $500-600 tune. And then shortly after, I'm like, hey, I purchased this. Like, am I going to see the tune today, or am I going to get a response today? They tell me that there wasn't really a reason for me to purchase this because they had already fulfilled my request, which was, I guess that rapid tune gave me it provides a bass tune as well as a revision, and I guess in their eyes they had already did that, so they just took that money. And even after I requested like a reimbursement, or can I use the credit towards like a live session that I can schedule out in the future, they just took it and said, no, if you want to purchase that live session, that'll be an additional like $350 or something. So the business practice, the communication, all the kinds of crap was garbage. And towards the end, which was even like I think today, or yesterday, excuse me, the issue that they kept saying is they finally gave me my E85 tune after I made some noise. Sure, I was a Karen or Chad, but it was frustrating because here are your customers in the dark. You're not providing them any kind of communication. You keep blowing them off. Finally, they gave me my E85 tune, and it was garbage. They said that for me to do a wide open throttle and, 8 different logs to see how, like to sweep through my RPM from, 1500 to 2500, 25 to 3000, do a wide open pull, this and that. And finally, they're saying they're seeing knock. And if you know about E85, E85 is extremely knock resistant. So they're having me test my fuel. I was getting anywhere from 80 to 84% of E85. And it's really this back and forth. And Chris Jenkins, which is a viewer I met when I had purchased my my injectors. He helps run California Shelbys. He's a huge Shelby fan. I had a lengthy conversation regarding just a number of different things when I met him, but he's a very knowledgeable person within tuning, and his GT350 is built with the enforced induction, running E85, this whole 9 yards. And he said that when he did his stuff, our motors inherently, when I mean our motors, the Voodoo motors, inherently vibrate, and sometimes the knock sensors pick up on that. I also heard somebody else, which is, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he has a GT350 race car, a few of them, legitimate track cars that are $500,000. Same thing, when he tunes them, he has to desensitize the knock sensors because our motors inherently produce a lot of vibration. I had notified my tuner about that. He said that he can confirm it's false knock, but I gotta get it fixed. He's not gonna desensitize anything. So as you can imagine, we're frustrated. We're in a very frustrated position, because we're still running the original E85 bass tune that we were running way back when. We are running into apparently a false knock, where the tuner can confirm it's a false knock. All other cars that I've heard, GT350s that I've heard, have had their knock sensors desensitized. He refuses to desensitize, and is not offering me any other solutions or where to look. And keep in mind that the delay to respond is still an issue. So that's where we're at. So keep in mind that I also had tried everything. I added exhaust. I looked at the exhaust. I replaced the brackets. I hit it with mallets. Couldn't find anything. I've had other people take a look at it. I've tightened everything up top. I've tried to find everything that could be cause for false knock. And realistically, he's not providing me any resolution or any assistance. So I had posted on multiple GT350 forums as well as a Facebook page, like some of the issues that I was facing. Everybody kept saying go with another tuner, try Lund, things like that. Luckily, a gentleman by the name of Dan, I can't pronounce his last name, but he's with P1 Tuning, reached out to me and he's like, hey, like I know some of the issues that you're facing have been pretty rough based on the information I have. Like I want to try tuning your vehicle, and because I guess he's starting out his business, but he's been tuning for quite some time. So if you're having issues with your current tuner, maybe go to Lund or try this guy, because this morning he sent me yesterday I had submitted the information he requested, and then this morning he sent me a base tune for E85, and it's been a totally different car. It sounds healthier. The backfires that you normally get with E85 GT350, or excuse me, gasoline GT350, or just a GT350 in general, have come back. Like I mentioned, the car feels healthy. The car sounds amazing now, and it pulls like a freight train. It pulls like how I expected it to pull on E85, and that was just the base tune. He's worked with me all day to send 3 additional revisions, and the car right now feels phenomenal. So I'm going to work on sending him an additional log tomorrow, and see where we're at. But from the information that I gathered today was based on some changes he's made, the false knock is gone. Don't know what he did, I don't know what parameter he changed. He told me, but am I a tuner? Absolutely not. Does it feel better? Yes. Is the false knock gone? According to him, it's gone. If all it did was, he also said, which is a big thing, that he did not change any sensitivity settings on the knock sensors. So it wasn't like he got rid of all the knock sensitivity and then the knock's gone. No, he said and stated that he didn't change any of the knock sensitivity. It was more to do with the tune itself. So we're in a much better place today than we've been in the past few months, which is why I've taken a break, because along with work and trying to hunt them down to get the previous tuner down, and to try to get this completed to where I'm happy with the car, has been a tremendous challenge. So this is where we're at. The car feels much better. I'm going to keep you updated. I'm going to provide you more often updates, but that's basically where we're at. We're in a much stronger place, much more and safer place based on what he's told me than where we were at before, which it feels much stronger, healthier, sounds healthier, backfires like how I remember it being on the stock gasoline tune. So I'm very happy. If you can, guys, check out P1 Tuning if you're looking to tune your GT350. Try to stay away from Ortiz right now. I've heard great things about Lund. I've never tried Lund. If I have any future desire to go to Lund, maybe that's my next tuner, but that's where we're at. So E85, keep in mind, last thing I wanted to add is that the E85 on this 3rd revision pulls crazy. Like I'm a little timid to go wide open throttle because like I'm just not used to it. But it definitely pulls. I went on the freeway earlier, and in 5th gear, it has no trouble. I don't have to downshift. It's just a breeze to drive in and out of traffic. You don't have to. It's what I envisioned going 85 should have been from the beginning. So so far so good. So I'll keep you guys updated, but that's basically it, guys. Appreciate you.